Hi, this is Michelle Peterson, and for this week's course share, I am going to be talking about Wattpad, which is one of the top fan fiction websites that are out there. You can access it at wattpad.com, but you can also get the app for free through either the Google Play Store or through the Apple Store. Now, the Apple app has a 4.7 out of 5 star rating, and on Android it's a 4.2 out of 5. So they're pretty high up there. Now once you go, you have the option of then start reading, start writing. What's also nice is that you can get your stories, get them produced to film, or get it adapted to a TV series. You can get published. In fact, here's an original story from Wattpad Studios. And so there's a lot of different things. How it works is that you can create your own stories. And while you do that, you can also build a fan base. And you can also amplify your Wattpad status and to get your story published. They then have some quotes by those people that have contributed to Wattpad and who have actually started getting their works published. They have writing contests, the Watties, which are annual awards program, and Wattpad Picks, which are kind of hand-picked genres. So you can take it with you, as I mentioned. They have it on the different stories. Okay, so when you go in and you could either start reading or start writing. Now I have already created an account. Now you can create it via with Facebook, with Google, or you can create your account with a login. One thing it will ask you to do when you create your account is it asks for an age. And this is because Wattpad is for those that are 13 years and older, but also there is, with the app from the Apple Store, a 17 plus age in order to download the app. And a lot of that is just due to a lot of the content that is created on here, that it is not all for everybody. Now when you create your account, I have my profile. You'll see right now I have no coins. Coins are there's free stories and then there are paid for stories, and the coins will help you to pay for the stories. You can add a description to help people get to know you. Now I just recently joined, so there's nothing in there for me. There's conversations, following, and I haven't quite gotten all into that yet. In fact, I still need to verify my address or my email. Now there's also inbox where you can receive messages as well as notifications, the library that you kind of set up. And then it asks you for language settings. Please select your preferred language. So there's a display language in English, but story language, and I chose Spanish and Espanol. Now I will admit that at first, I think I was having a blonde moment, and I had set these as English and Spanish, but when I went to browse, it's all in Spanish, and I was like, wait a minute, it said my screen display. And then I realized that, oh, well, these are the genres for the different stories. And so you can choose your genres, and this is for the reading part. So you have chick lit, you have kind of everything, fantasy, werewolves, nonfiction, paranormal, suspense. I mean, a lot of these are basically cognates, so no problem, as well as editor's choice, kind of what they pick. So this was probably originally designed for younger writers and readers. And so that's maybe why some of the categories are there, but they do have a large amount, in my opinion, of different genres that you can choose from. Okay, now I happen to, right now I'm currently into werewolf fiction. So if I clicked on that, it's going to give me a whole bunch of different stories that I can read. So I've already chosen one just to kind of show you. Just because, although I haven't read the books, I have seen the movies, so I'm familiar with at least the Twilight series, so I know who Jasper is. If I click on that, then I can read. And again, this is all in Spanish. So it gives you a bunch of different parts to it. Okay. It tells you here is all the casting, who the characters are. You know, if this was to be, you know, like from the movies. In fact, there's even additional, like Dylan Sprouse as being Noah Hale, who I'm not familiar with in the first ones, but also all the secondary ones, some information, some advertisements, and you can do show more. And here are the different comments. So you can leave a comment based on each part. So then you continue reading. It gives the trailer. So this is being made kind of into a movie, I guess. Now you'll see that these screens keep popping up. All these ads. Now this is a free site, but if you want to, you can join the premium. You can start off a free week. And basically what they do is they give you no ads. It gives you unlimited offline stories. So you don't necessarily need to be hooked up to the internet to read them or write them. Gives you exclusive theme colors. I'm not sure exactly how important that is. But also your coins will go further. Now, if you want even more, there's a Premium Plus where you can get 2 paid stories, unlock those, as well as all the perks of the premium. And those are $4.99 a month, $7.49 a month, depending on which one you get. So that's if you want to pay each month. Now, I just want to go down, and there's a lot of visual aspects I've noticed to this. And then it gives a little bit of a preface here. And again, there's comments, and you can reply to comments. And then here's Capítulo 1, the first chapter. And you can start reading. And again, you'll be able to comment. And so again, this is written by a novice writer. And then you can keep going down. So that's just an example of something that somebody has already written. Now, in community, we have the Wattpad Awards, Community Happenings, and Wattpad Ambassadors. So I'm going to just go through these very quickly because I'm already getting low on time. But the Wattpad Awards, this is basically an annual award. And it's basically awards for the different stories. And so here are the ones that they had. You can read it on Wattpad. Goes best character, most engaging world. You've got, those that are coming soon. Best cover, biggest twist, catchiest hook. And then they also have prizes for ones that are paid stories. And the paid stories are nice for authors because it's basically kind of publishing without publishing. You're actually getting paid, as readers will need to pay coins to read your stories. Community Happenings. So here's just kind of what's going on. They've got a table of contents, which was updated in January. And so this is just what's going on in the community. And then there's an ambassador program, and this is to engage readers and writers. It has 3 cycles that last 4 months each. They recruit, train new ambassadors, and these ambassadors are on teams that kind of overview the content, the engagement, connecting with readers, the data, and outreach. Now, this does require that you must be legally an adult. You must be active and part of the Wattpad community. And you need to make sure you dedicate 4 weeks of time. Or 4 hours per week, sorry. And so you can submit if you want to be a part of that. Search just basically brings you again to all the different genres again. So I'm not sure. I wish it had a search button that you can maybe like search for a certain story, but I have not found that here. So to me, it's just kind of repetitive to have that search in the browse. All right, so then we can go to write. You can create a new story. If you have written stories, you have the stories there. What I like are helpful writer resources. This is to help if you need to get inspired, if you're dealing with writer's block, if you want to sharpen your skills on the art of storytelling, how to build your audience. And you can also subscribe to Wattpad Writes and get input from all different writers. Now, the other thing is the Wattpad program and opportunities. So again, this talks about the Watties. If you want to find out more about earning money through your stories on the paid stories. Studio stories, it's propelling the original stories into the entertainment world. What are their picks? The stars dedicated to the best and the brightest authors. The books. They actually do have a publishing. WattCon. I'm not sure what this exactly is. I mean, obviously it's kind of like a Comic Con, and it lasts for 2 days, and then contests that you can also join. And you can, again, here's all the information, here's resources, and then who they partner with. Okay. Now, how could this be used? Now, because this is primarily writing fan fiction, I could see this being used mostly at kind of more of an intermediate advanced level for writing purposes, although I can see it being used possibly to get students into reading in a foreign language, that even starting off at a novice high or intermediate low, they may be able to get into some of these genres and that they might find interesting. And then for writing, they could actually comment and be able to practice their writing skills. Obviously it would take intermediate, high, if that, I would actually say higher, advanced, and superior, to actually be writing their own complex stories. And so, I find this could be useful to students in learning a second language, introducing them to different languages. One thing I do want to go back to before I forget is when you choose your story language, it's very interesting. They have a lot. And of course, they're all in the native languages, but it goes just beyond the Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Russian, to even Catalan. You have Vietnamese, you have Romanian, you have Turkish. A lot of these I'm not even sure exactly what they are, since they are all in the native languages. And so this definitely is a worldwide community. So that is Wattpad in 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it.